Hey everybody, it's me, Remy, the comic book poser, and I'm here today to welcome you to Enter the Poserverse. It's time to unbox some auction winnings, and to find out who it's from and what I picked up, you'll have to wait till after this. So, as you may have noticed, I've started hosting a Sunday night auction with a rotating cast of characters. That there have been some stalwarts, like I've been doing a lot of work with both halves of AM KM Comics, and KM absolutely kills it with the giveaways. And when you see what we've got coming up for you the next couple of weeks, I think you're going to be real excited to come check us out. But we've had, stalwarts like J1 Bob and Cat 60. We've had Foiled Again hop in and out. We've had Big Baby Collectibles hop in and out. We've had Trickytrapster hop in and out, and I'm pretty sure that's who this is from today. And then we've had people like Ninja Dairy Comics hop on for a weekend. We've had Mike Rogers from Comic Book Steals and Deals hop in, and I've sold a thing here too, or here or there. But I'm excited to see what I actually picked up, because this was from, I think, our second night of selling together, and I picked up some interesting things. That while Tricky has a lot of hot fire in terms of some mainstream books that people collect, he had a couple of books that I was very excited about, and he did a final lot to kind of clear off everything that he had hoped to sell for the night, and nobody wanted to hop in on the action on that one because some of the stuff in here is strange, and I'll show you what they are. Okay, so here we've got Marvel Age 118 still in its poly bag, with the Marvel Masterpiece Incredible Hulk trading card on the back. That this is, I don't know why I like collecting polybag comics still, but this is a pretty interesting Hulk book. That the Marvel Age series has been something that's kind of cool to me, and I don't know, the polybag with the card is something that you don't see all that often, right? The last book that I picked up that had a playing card with it, or had any kind of card with it, was the Three Jokers books. That there was that slot in the back that you could put like tiny bit of stick tack on to stick the card to it, but most shops didn't do that because they know people would be like, you put what on my book? So like my shop would just stick the card in with the bag and board. Next, we've got Dead World #1 from Image Comics, and to be honest, I don't know what that book is, but it was included in with two of the things that I really was interested in. So one of the things that we talked about that night were a bunch of the random, like, offshoot books that came out when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did, right? Like the Radioactive Black Belt Hamsters, and that's a series that I've actually been collecting. And Tricky had Death Crazed Teenage Superheroes #1 and #2, and that felt like it was in the same kind of vein of just random teen superheroes, and these books are in real nice condition. And then there were two books here that I knew I wanted to have in my collection. The first is a Walking Dead #1, and it's not the Walking Dead #1, but it's two different con exclusives. So this Walking Dead #1 is the Wizard World Chicago Comic-Con cover. And then the other one is the Indianapolis exclusive. So those were two things that sold me. But what I really wanted was this last book. I really enjoy Max Brooks as a writer, and if you're not familiar, he's the person who wrote both World War Z and the Zombie Survival Guide. So what you're looking at here is the Zombie Survival Guide Recorded Attacks that is signed by Max Brooks. And it's an ARC, right? It's a first look, it's a reader copy, and those are other things that I'm really interested in collecting, that I think looking at those and comparing them to the final product and the eventual number one is interesting to me, and it's kind of the random, like, more rare thing that I would try and collect. And then attached to that is Zombie World number 1 from Dark Horse, which is Mike Mignola, who I also really enjoy as a writer. So that Max Brooks book was a big hit for me, in addition to the, teenage Death Wish superheroes. But then the other thing that he had is, as people were buying things from him, he had a lot of these old, they are technically mystery Marvel books, and they've got the old, like, subscription new address form in there. And part of it was me wanting to look in the mystery bag and figure out what's in here. But the deal that Tricky made with everybody is you should open it and send in one of these subscribe and save cards to see what happens. And I'm tempted to do that. But I like the random assortment. There's a different Thor. The last one was pink. We've got a purple Hulk. And I still like that, back in the day you could look at the upcoming comics and order them from the back of the book. And then Spider-Man, that has an ad for one of my favorite movies, Encino Man. Wheeze the juice. No, Mr. Stoney, no, wheeze the juice. That's what you get when you come here. Excellent character impersonations. If you missed the video where I was singing, go look at my November Iconic Odd Box, and you can see me sing Baila Mos. Because it was probably the one thing worse than that impression of the guy that runs the convenience store in Encino Man. But that's it. So, some awesome pickups from Tricky. I like that, he brings books for any kind of collector to an auction, that, you get little, zombie themed lots, you get, the death crazed teenage superheroes, you get the, mystery book, and the change in your send in your change in address form. So we'll see which one of these that I open to A, find out what the book is, but then B, I'm definitely going to send that form in, because y'all know I will do shit like that. But awesome stuff from Tricky. Check him out whenever he sells stuff on Meta's auctions on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, or, if he shows up on my auctions from time to time on Sunday nights, and you'll find out who's selling that weekend, usually Friday night, on Instagram, where I'll repost the link and all of our giveaway information, that kind of stuff. So as always, thanks for stopping by, and have a good one.